Millers and more.
Millers and more.
Millers and more.
Millers and more.
Millers and more. More.
Millers and more. More.
So what's in store? Why topics galore? Millers and more.
Millers and more.
Millers and more.
Millers and more.
Millers and more. More. Football, boxing, darts, aliens, pies, and sharks. At Millers and more.
Millers and more.
Film, music, arts, comedy, laughs, and farts. At Millers and more. Millers and more.
Spencer.
Hello and welcome to another weekly instalment of University Challenge Live Watch Along with me, Turbo Tom from Millers More. Got a tasty affair tonight. We have, well, turn the volume up. So, listen, I've got 6 to beat from last week. Can I beat the 6? Put your comments in. We've got Pembroke.
Oxfordshire, and I'm studying classics.
Robertson's
Hi,
studying
I'm
classics.
Baraghi. I'm from Orpington in
Baraghi.
London. I study medicine.
Medicine.
Hi, I'm Timothy Hall.
Ho.
I'm from Singapore.
Hi,
I'm
ho.
studying maths.
He's studying
Hello, I'm
maths.
Rory Maloney. I'm from Gosford in Essex and I'm studying natural sciences.
Natural Sciences, Maloney. Good little lineup, Pembroke.
St Andrews was officially granted university status.
And then we've got St Andrews here. They've got like a cow as their
in the 1870s,
what do you call it?
notably
Their
introduced a unique
thing.
and influential qualification for women, intended to be equivalent in standard to the MA degree they weren't at the time allowed to take. It was known as
Can I beat
the
6
LLA,
tonight?
standing for Lady Literate in Arts, and women who took it included the nurse Violetta Thurston and the journalist Marie Evans. In this competition, St Andrews has one series title to its name.
One series
Let's bring the
title.
team hoping to win it.
Former
another
champ.
this
Hi, I'm Barney Young. I'm from London and I'm studying for a Masters in Classics.
Classics.
Hi, I'm Rowan Pelfrey. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida, and I'm studying for a Master's in Museum and Heritage Studies.
And their captain.
What the hell's
I'm
that?
Harry Howard. I'm from Rayleigh in Essex and I'm studying for a Masters.
Can't grow a moustache.
Hi, I'm Hugo Shaw. I'm from Merthley in Perthshire, and I'm studying Arabic and Persian.
Why do these people study these things? Why don't you study plumbing this
month?
month?
To see you all. Do
That's where the money's at.
terrified, so I think we should crack on with it, shall we? Fingers on puzzles.
Right, here we go.
First start
6 to
at 10.
beat.
Good luck. What year of the Gregorian calendar saw all of the following? The proclamation that established Italy as a kingdom with Victor and
St Andrews Shaw.
1869.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points.
No.
You get more of the question, Pembroke. As a kingdom with Victor Emmanuel II as its monarch, the edict issued by Alexander II that abolished serfdom in much of the Russian Empire, and the official outbreak of the US Civil War a month after the inauguration of Abraham Lincoln.
1767.
Already 1861? It is 1861.
1861. Right, okay. Pembroke gets that one.
Films whose titles all begin with the same contraction. In each case, name the film from the description. First, a 2021 satirical sci-fi film in which 2 astronomers, played by Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio, tried to warn an unconcerned world of its impending
look up,
annihilation
look up,
in the
look up,
shape of a Mount
up,
Everest-sized comet.
up,
hurtling
or
towards
look up.
Don't look up. Yes.
Yes,
Based
one.
on an award-winning off-Broadway play, a 2011 docudrama about the experiences of US military personnel affected by a now repealed federal government policy regarding the disclosure of sexual orientation.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yes. And finally, adapted from a short story by Daphne du Maurier, Nicholas Roeg's 1973 horror film starring Donald Sutherland and Julie Christie as 2 grieving parents who travel to an off-season Venice.
Don't something.
Don't look back.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
No, don't look now.
Oh, don't look now.
Here's another starter at 410. Rheopectic, pseudoplastic, dilatant, and thixotropic are terms used to describe subtypes of what broad class of substances?
Plastic. Plastic.
Fluids. No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Changes in response to applied stress or force. Examples include ketchup, which becomes thinner when shaken, and cornstarch water suspensions, which harden under sudden impact.
St Andrews Howard.
Gels.
No, I needed non-Newtonian fluids. Bad luck.
Oh, what a shame. Non-Newtonian fluids, yes.
In economics, what adjective is used to describe goods that consumers buy less of as their income increases? Historically, this word preceded Britannia in the name of the Roman province administered from what is now Europe.
St Andrews Howard.
Inferior?
It is inferior. Well done,
Yeah.
yes. Your bonuses, St Andrews, are on the 3rd millennium BCE. The period around 3000 BCE saw the flourishing of complex societies with monumental architecture at Caral and Aspero in the Norte Chico region of which Latin American country?
Venezuela. Venezuela. Come on.
Mexico?
Like it was Peru.
Peru.
The year 2781 BCE saw the rising of which bright star on the first day of the first month of the Egyptian calendar? This rare event possibly resulted in the inception of the Egyptian calendar system.
Numerals.
Sirius?
Yes, it is. Well done.
Serious.
2500 BCE is the approximate date of the beginnings of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, sites in a civilization named after what major river?
Nominate short. The Indus?
It is in the Indus Valley. Well done.
Fair enough.
Let's start the question. Which figure from Greek myth is the subject of a painting of around 1914 by Odilon Redon that depicts her, according to the Met Museum, in a state of perfect innocence and surrounded by flowers like Eve in the Garden of Eden?
Marie
A work by
Antoinette.
Henry Howard shows the assembled gods endowing her with all their gifts.
Pembroke Maloney.
Pandora? It is Pandora. Well
Pandora.
done.
Pandora. The
Three
bracelets.
questions, Pembroke, on taxonomy. Though it has since been adapted considerably, modern taxonomy remains based on the biological classification system set up by which Swedish botanist in his 1735 work Systema Naturae?
Nominate Baraghi. Linnaeus.
Yes, Carl Linnaeus, well done.
Fuck.
Related to the concept of embranchement, introduced by Cuvier, but later renamed by Ernst Haeckel, which taxonomic rank was added to the Linnaean system to fall below kingdom and above class? Examples of this rank include arthropods and mollusks.
Phylum.
Yes. Creating a higher order of classification than existed previously, the domain was introduced by which US scientist alongside Otto Candler and Mark Wheelis as part of their reorganization of the tree of life into bacteria, archaea, and eukaryotes?
Tesla. No, he's not from America.
Nominate Baraghi. Rosa.
Yes, Carl Rosa.
What?
Well done, it is indeed. Picture round now. For the picture starter,
These people
you'll see
are clever.
a geological map made using
Rock
information
map.
from the Stone Federation of Great Britain. The blue areas represent locations of a naturally occurring building stone in the UK. For 10 points, tell me what sedimentary rock that is.
Pembroke Maloney.
Slate?
No, you can have a bit more time, so now
Coal.
you may not confer.
Coal.
St Andrews Howard.
Marble?
It's limestone. We'll take which
Limestone.
bonuses in a moment. In a major entomology textbook of 1990, of which political thinker did the biologist E.O. Wilson say, quote, he was right, it's just that he had the wrong species? Wilson's comment was in reference to the highly...
Apes.
Mao.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. So the highly stratified society of ants, in which the needs of the colony are placed above those of the individual.
St Andrews Howard.
Marx?
It is Karl Marx, yes.
Karl Marx. Yeah.
Your picture bonuses then, so just for your picture starter,
On one.
that showed the distribution of limestone in the UK. Your picture bonuses are 3 more maps showing the geographical distribution of building stone in the UK. 5 points for each type of stone you can identify. First, this igneous rock.
So it's right.
Coal. I don't know.
Basalt?
No, that's granite.
Granite.
Second, this metamorphic rock.
So metamorphic is. It could be marble. Go for it. Marble?
No, that's slate. Finally, this sedimentary rock.
Coal. I don't know.
Sandstone?
Yes, it is sandstone.
Sandstone.
Well done.
Right.
Very fair question. Taken from the Yungu language, the word yidaki refers to a type of musical instrument known in English by what name? Made from eucalyptus trunks hollowed out by termites.
St Andrews Shore.
Didgeridoo?
It is the
A
didgeridoo.
didgeridoo. Yeah.
On
Rolf
artwork
Harris, don't we?
within artworks. Completed in the 1650s and featuring a tapestry in its background based on a work by Titian, Las Hilanderas, or The Spinners, is a painting by which artist?
Nominate short. Velasquez?
Yes. Featuring a version of Washington crossing the Delaware by the German artist Emanuel Leutzer as a critique of the excessive anti-German sentiment in America at the time. Daughters of Revolution is a 1932 work by which US artist? one of the foremost members of the regionalist movement?
Andy Warhol.
1932.
No, he was not alive. He might have been, but not painting.
Grant. See that? No, it's in the.
They're asking the American girl.
Yeah. Grant.
No, I can't accept that, I'm afraid. His name's Grant Wood, and I need the surname. Bad luck. Including
Grant
one
Wood.
of his own earlier paintings in the background, Self-Portrait with the Yellow Christ is a work by which French artist? It is thought to be one of the last paintings he completed before his first visit to Tahiti.
French artist. It's Delacroix.
It is going to kill you. Let's go again. Let's go again.
Oh,
Let's start the question. I need the title of a work here. Quote, now why should that man have fainted? But he did, and right across my path by the wall, so that I had to creep over him every time.
St Andrew's Shore.
L'étranger.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. These are the final words of which short story, whose narrator is confined to one room, a former nursery, on the top floor of a...
And Rick Robertson.
the yellow wallpaper.
It is the Yellow Wallpaper. Well done. Your bonuses are on people buried in Geneva's Cimetière des Plans Palais, or Cemetery of Kings, sometimes called the Genevan Pantheon, reserved for those who've contributed to Genevan cultural improvement. Name each from the description. First, a British scientist, pioneer of electrochemistry and president of the Royal Society. His achievements include discovering nitrous oxide's anesthetic properties, isolating several elements, including sodium and potassium, and the invention of a namesake safety lamp.
Well, they look confused.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Correct, yes.
Right.
Secondly,
Got
a
it.
South American poet, author, and essayist whose works include the short story collections Fictions, The Aleph, and Labyrinths.
Dominic Baraghi. Who has
Yes. And finally, a French theologian and leading figure of the Reformation, whose work, Institutes of the Christian Religion, is central to the theology of Reformed churches.
Calvin?
Yes, it is Calvin. Well done.
What?
Let's
I
start
mean,
again.
how do these people know this?
In molecular biology, what short word can follow nano to describe a synthetic lipid bilayer stabilized by protein scaffolds? In astronomy, the same word can follow accretion to describe a mass of...
St Andrew's Howard.
Disc.
It is disk. Well done. The bonus to St Andrews are 3 questions on mythology. Variously described as a giant or as a hairy man, Pan-Gu emerged from a cosmic egg or chaos egg and is the first being in the mythology of what country or civilization?
Greece. Greek. Greek.
I can't remember exactly. It might be Mayan. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't think it's combination. What do you say? Could be it's not Chinese. Yeah. Mayan.
Balak, it was Chinese.
Chinese.
Which saviour hero of Chinese myth is known as the Great or Tamer of the Flood and was the legendary founder of the first imperial dynasty? I need you to spell his 2-letter name.
Z. Z-I. Z-I.
Nominate Young.
Chu, XU.
Can't accept that. No, it's U-Y-U. Bad luck.
Ah, you are
According to
you.
myth, Sang-je, that's Canggie, was an imperial official who invented what enduring and distinctive attribute of Chinese civilization? Archaeologically speaking, these are closely associated with the term oracle bones.
Writing.
Yes, Chinese characters.
Do you reckon they like give them
Let's start the question.
things that they're gonna need to
For your music
research?
answer,
Because
you
how
can
the
hear a
good do
work
these know
of
any of that?
orchestral Music. For 10 points, I need you to name its composer.
Elgar.
No, you can hear a bit more St Andrews, but not too much, even though it is nice.
An American in Paris.
St Andrew's and Humphrey.
Bernstein.
No, it's George Gershwin. We'll take your bonuses when we get the next starter right. Karakalpak is the official language of an autonomous republic.
St Andrew's Shore.
Uzbekistan.
Well done.
What?
Well indeed.
What? Come on.
The St Andrews. For your music starter, you heard George Gershwin's An American in Paris, which features taxi horns in its orchestration. For your bonuses, 3 more pieces of classical music that evoke automobiles. 5 points for each composer you can name. First, the French composer of this 1905 piece about an omnibus crash.
No, it's in 1905.
Oh, I've definitely heard it on Radio 1.
Is it?
No, it's Eric Satie. Secondly, the composer of this 1918 opera.
Benjamin Britten.
Elgar?
No, that's Puccini. Finally, this American composer.
Smith. Smith.
Glass?
No, that was John Adams. Short Ride in a Fast Machine. That's not the question. In Hindu mythology, Devaki is the mother of which major deity? Born in Mathura in
Ganesh.
Pradesh, although he was raised by the cowherd Nanda and his wife Yasoda. He is
Ganesh.
often depicted as a cowherd or playing the flute.
Ganesh.
Authority, Krishna.
Yes, it is. Well
Ah.
done. Two questions for you, Pembroke, on a scientist and writer. Born on Boxing Day in 1780, which Scottish scientist's books include the best-selling work for general audience on the connection of the physical sciences? She gives her name to a formerly women-only college of the University of Oxford.
Somerville? Was that? No. What did Margaret Thatcher go to? Somerville. I say Somerville. Nominee Baraghi. Somerville?
It is Somerville. It's Mary Somerville. Well done.
Somerville,
Along
yeah.
with Caroline Herschel, Somerville was one of the first women to be elected an honorary member of which learned society? I need either a 3-word answer or a 3-letter abbreviation here.
U3A.
Yeah, office from Oxford RSA. RSA?
No, I can't accept that, I'm afraid. It's the Royal Astronomical Society, or the RAS. Somerville's work also includes a notable translation of which French mathematician's 5-volume Celestial Mechanics? She added substantial explanatory notes and diagrams to the original text, which was published between 1799 and 1825.
Kepler?
Right, I'm sorry, but University Challenge has got a lot harder. But they must get given like things like, oh, we might ask you that question. Can you remember the answer? Because there's no way.
It is Laplace.
I thought you said pass, not Laplace.
Let's start the question. Answer as soon as your name is called, giving the names of either of the 2 living species found within the genus Pan, both of which are native.
St Andrews Helmet.
Chimpanzees.
Yes, the other one was bonobos. You'd be annoyed if you didn't get that one, Harry. Your bonuses are on works created for the Stuttgart Ballet. In 1965, John Cranko created a ballet version of which Russian verse novel about Tatiana's relationship with the title character? Although his ballet is set to music by Tchaikovsky, it does not use any music from Tchaikovsky's operatic interpretation.
Black Swan or something.
Anna Karenina.
No, that's pushing it. John Neumeier created a 1978 ballet of which novel by Alexander Dumas fils, which had earlier been adapted by Frederick Ashton as Marguerite and Armand.
Master and Margaret Tennyson.
The Master Margarita.
No, it's the Lady of the Camellias.
Well, these people just mean
In
must read books all
1962,
day.
3 years prior to Kenneth Macmillan's celebrated version for the Royal Ballet, Cranko created a version of which Prokofiev ballet, itself an adaptation of a play by Shakespeare?
Othello.
Yeah, okay.
12th Night.
No, it's Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
Let's start the question. Which philosopher wrote the following? Wovon man nicht sprechen kann, darüber muss man schweigen. Often translated as whereof one cannot speak, thereof one must be silent. It is the closing proposition of his Tractatus Logico Philosophicus.
it's German, obviously.
Brady, Wittgenstein.
Had to be Wittgenstein.
Wittgenstein, yeah.
Your bonuses are on Diogenes Laertius's work, Lives of the Eminent Philosophers. In each case, name the scholar from Laertius's description of their connection to Socrates. First, he would take part in conversations with Socrates until the latter induced Alcibiades or Crito to buy his freedom. From then on, he studied
They're
philosophy.
focusing on this
as a
last
free
year,
man.
is obviously doing like philosophy or something. Baragi. She's in the spotlight. Can she get it right? Because I got a
The image is one
clue.
of the dialogues, and it's named after guys.
Come on, Robertson.
It's not pleasure, it's not very fun.
It's what you're studying.
Come on.
Phaedo, something like that. Mammy Baragi, Phaedo.
Yes. Secondly, he was the first to note down Socrates' words, which he published under the title Memorabilia. He was also the first philosopher to write a work of history.
Mammy Robertson.
Xenophon.
Yes. And finally, he presents his own views through 4 characters, and even when Socrates and Timaeus are speaking, it is his views that are being laid down. And to indicate which views are false, he introduces characters who are refuted.
Plato.
It is Plato, yes. Let's start the question. Listen carefully. In the works of Shakespeare, who is the only title character to appear as a ghost in the play named after him? This character...
St. Andrew's Yell.
Hamlet.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. This character is murdered in Act 3.
Robertson.
Macbeth.
Caesar.
It is Julius Caesar.
Oh,
the
for
ghost
God's
of Hamlet
sake.
is that. Your bonuses are on a historical polity in the Low Countries. Founded by the Benedictine monk Notker, which prince bishopric was annexed by France after the Happy Revolution? It gives its name to a French-speaking province of Belgium.
Oh, for instance, I think Liège is like the main bishopric in former Belgium.
Liège.
Yes, the Prince Bishops of Liège held joint sovereignty over which city, now near the Dutch border with Belgium, that gives its name to the Foundation Treaty of the European Union?
Maastricht. Yeah, Maastricht.
Yes. Which duchy held the joint sovereignty of Maastricht with the Prince Bishopric of Liège? Ruled in the past by the House of Regenaar, this duchy's cities include Leuven, Antwerp, and Brussels.
Brabant. Mammy Baragi. Brabant.
Yes, it is. Well done.
I'll tell you
Picture
what.
round now. For your picture starter, you will see an 18th century painting. For 10 points, simply name the artist.
Van Gogh.
St. Andrew's Shore.
Waterhouse.
No, you may not confer. Someone have a guess if you want to.
Monet.
Baragi.
Constable. No, that was by Watto.
Watto.
Picture bonuses in a moment. Referring to part of the human cardiovascular system, what word is represented by the letter P for papa in the medical abbreviations PE, CPR?
Baragi.
Pulmonary.
Yes, it is. Well done.
Should have got that.
In the picture starter, you saw the embarkation for Kithera by Watto, whose works are often cited as typifying the Rococo. Your picture bonuses are Rococo-influenced paintings by artists who worked in Britain for at least part of their career. 5 points for each painter you can identify. First, this artist, who according to critic Jonathan Jones, saw the potential radicalism beneath Rococo's flouncy surface.
Monet.
Dubai.
It's kind of like the other one with the slightly really different.
Fragonard.
Yeah, it's
Did you say that? Mammy Baragi. Fragonard.
No, it's Gainsborough. Second, this self-portrait, the artist's paintings have been said to be Rococo in tone and approach, though her figures are given neoclassical poses and draperies.
Monet.
I think that's too late.
It's not late,
Impressionist, but just say Cassette. Cassette.
No, that was Angelica Kaufman. Finally, this artist, described as having created the aesthetic foundation of British Rococo art.
Monet.
Who's left of and British. What the name of the guy is?
Oh, he's British. Oh.
Constable.
Constable. Sod it.
No, that was the first one. Oh, it was.
Come
Yeah.
on,
No, we'll pass.
it's Hogarth. Let's start the question. British driver Louis Foster was Rookie of the Year, and Alex Palou was the 2025 champion of which racing series established in 1996.
World
Earlier
touring
in
car.
2025, Palou also became the first ever Spanish driver to win this series' signature race, held annually in a Midwestern US state capital.
Oh, Daytona.
Andrew's Shore.
NASCAR.
No,
Baragi.
Indianapolis.
no, can't accept that. It's IndyCar, is what I needed to say.
Oh,
Bad
for
luck.
God's sake.
Let's start the question. What initial letter links the short form name of all of these countries? The smallest neighbouring country of Vietnam, the largest island of the Caribbean, and the 2 countries that border Panama.
Ian.
C.
It is C, yes, well done. The bonuses, Pembroke, are on biological terms, all 3 of which end in the same 3 letters. Give each term from the description. First, the mixture of DNA, RNA, and proteins that comprise the genetic material contained within the nucleus of a cell.
Genome. Is that the word? Genome.
No, it's chromatin.
Oh.
Secondly, another name for vitamin B7, which helps the body break down fats and carbohydrates.
Biotin. Biotin.
Yes. Finally, the filament-forming protein that is the primary component of human hair and fingernails.
No, keratin. Keratin.
It is keratin, yes. Let's have a question. The German term Welterbe
Pembroke are running away with this.
in English as what two-word phrase, which appears alongside Welterbe and its French translation in the logo of a selection committee operated by UNESCO?
So that brings helmet.
World Heritage.
It is World Heritage, yes. Your bonuses are novels which have titles that begin with the same two words. Telling the story of several attempts to establish a Catholic diocese in New Mexico, Death Comes from the Archbishop is a 1927 novel by which American writer, whose other works include My Antonia and the Song of the Lark?
Melanie Pelfrey.
Willa Cather.
Yes, the 1944 novel Death Comes as the End, set in Thebes in the year 2000 BCE, with a plot that
This is
concerns the many deaths in
embarrassing.
the
I've got
household of a
one
priest
right
called
so far.
Inflatables.
One
Is the
right.
work of which British writer? Come on.
Pass.
It's Agatha Christie. The 2011 P.D. James novel Death Comes to Pemberley is a continuation of which novel of 1813?
Death becomes her. Death. You're dead. Summer. Jane Austen. Death.
Pride and Prejudice.
It is Pride and
Fuck
Prejudice.
off!
Well
Never!
done. The term sarissa refers to a long pike introduced into the army of which kingdom in the 4th century BCE, a period when it came to dominate much of mainland Greece to its south?
Cyprus!
So that brings short.
Cecily.
No.
Sicily!
Thebes.
No, it's Macedon. That's not the question. Though it may have been in use decades earlier in the world of engineering, what common term in computer science is popularly attributed to Admiral Grace Hopper in reference to the removal of a knot?
Bugs.
Yes, we accept that. Well done.
Let them finish the question,
Two
mate.
questions on
Jesus.
Place names. Meaning east of the barrier, the Kanto Plain is the largest area of lowland in its country and the location of which national capital?
Well, Japan, isn't it? 'Cause that's the
Tokyo!
Japan. No, I asked the city, so I needed to hit Tokyo.
Yes!
Kanto, or
Two!
Kwantung Army, was a Japanese military force that controlled the puppet state of Manchukuo until it was overwhelmed by which country's army in 1945?
Was it China?
9 for 5. Italy. Italy.
Yeah, the USSR actually. USSR.
Yes, named after an area with a name meaning west of the barrier, Kansai International Airport is located in a bay that shares its name with which major Japanese city?
This is Osaka. Osaka.
It is Osaka, yes. That's not a question.
Oh, that's it. Pembroke win 180. St Andrews half the score. 90 scored. Two poor universities, I've been honest with you. Really couldn't get going. I can't see these going very far. But I'm just trying to turn this down because, listen, I got two right tonight, which is embarrassing for a man of my intelligence. But some of them questions were mental, and I'm starting to think that obviously they must give them a book of questions they might get asked, and they have to memorize them because there's no chuffing way they know the answer to some of them questions. They're about 20 years old, unless they're just exceptionally clever and look up. You know, they probably couldn't give you the top 10 goal scorers in Premier League history, for example. I mean, some of them questions were well out there. Two tonight, absolutely horrific performance by myself. I'm slightly embarrassed. But we'll go again next Monday, won't we? We'll go again next Monday. Any Rotherham fans watching this, which I seriously doubt they are, they're probably watching the Vanity Project up on another channel. We'll be back on Friday to discuss all things Rotherham v Chesterfield. But I tell you what, I maybe I've started doing live watch-alongs of like stupid things like the chase or stuff like that. But listen, incredibly, there's 60 people watching this evening, which is absolutely incredible. How many did you get? I got 6 last week. I got 2 tonight, and that was a really poor performance. I need to take a long, hard look in the mirror with that performance tonight. But some of them questions were just ridiculous. Anyway, that's the end of tonight's show. Enjoy your Monday evening. It's coming up to 9 p.m. and I'm sure there's other things you want to do rather than watch me talk about University Challenge. I've been Turbo Tom. Thanks for tuning in. And let us know in the comments how many you got right, because I got 2, and I'm absolutely ashamed. Up the Millers. No night, guys. No.
Thanks for joining the Millers and More show. Probably the 3rd best podcast in the S60 postcode. Please like, subscribe, and share.